Oh shit. Hi, hello, hello, and welcome to Moral High Ground, where I'm talking about what's morally right, okay, in some way or another. Lately, I've been ranting and going on psychobabble things, and maybe you found some wisdom out of my nonsense, and maybe you didn't. But this one, everybody should have some kind of problem with what I'm about to say. So today is about the future of medical uh, system, okay, and you know, this is a podcast, so I'm just going to break it down to you guys. The medical system, even though we got good medical facilities and bad ones, the medical system sucks. Okay, it just does. Okay, we live in and this is the thing. I know I'm going to say this constantly. We live in the 21st century. There should be medical advances. And one medical advance I did see when Obama was still president was a robot that did surgery, but the guy had to be behind the robot to operate it to do the surgery. And that made it kind of stupid, but if you can make it to where it could do that accurately by itself, it'd probably save the company a lot of more money. You wouldn't have to buy surgeons anymore, but it would eliminate them. So I think that'd be even more, how can I say this? Well, yeah, it'd be worse because it would take a lot of people that want to be surgeons out of work. But we need technological advances in the medical facility that actually benefits not the doctors, but the patients and the people that come with them. Here's the biggest one: the damn lobby. We need to fix the lobbies, man, in these medical facilities. We need uh, places that have chargers for your phone. Why bring a charger? They expect you to walk around with a charger everywhere, even in the hospital. They should automatically have phone charging places throughout all hospitals. Okay, let's upgrade people. I was literally in a freaking hospital where I was like, if I wait too long, I start tripping, okay? And people thinking, oh, I got Tourette's and shit, because I'm like, fuck, what's going on? What's taking so long? You know, so I start just going off because I don't like waiting this forever. I got enough patience, but after a while, it feels like it's some kind of mental test. Like I'm like you're mentally preparing me to do something, like some kind of army test you give a soldier. That's what it feels like being in a hospital. They make, especially emergency, make you sit there and wait forever. And there's all these people coming in with blood or some crap, and some dude that looks like he hasn't bathed in decades, and he has something going on because he keeps stretching. And it looks like, what the hell is this crap? You know what I mean? The only good thing is when finally got a real doctor's appointment and you go in there and there might be a girl who comes in, she got a baby, you get to see her boobies, whatever, you know, something like that. And I was just being funny there, trying to make it sound funny. But seriously, bringing it all back, it's like, why do you got to do all this damn waiting? You gotta wait in the lobby. You gotta wait in the doctor's office. Then sometimes you go, it's just a check in, or what do you call that part where they just test your blood pressure and all that, and then they make you wait again for the doctor. So it's like, why are we doing all this damn waiting? There's either a problem where there's not enough doctors, or you overbooked and you just like the slowest doctors in hell. It's like it's either one of the two. So it's like, how do you eliminate that process? You either hire more doctors, or you get something going on, or have robot doctors. Okay, this is my idea for future medical system. Robot doctors that are actually sitting there talking to you, saying, "How do you feel now? Let's check your blood pressure." Something like that. I don't know. Okay, but I'm tired of the damn waiting in hospitals. It gets on my nerves. You sit there, you're waiting and you're waiting. You know, I break my leg and I gotta sit here and wait for 3 hours to see a doctor. That's like torture, man. And another place, I went to one emergency before that. That place has nothing, no problem in the waiting room because there's practically nobody there. But the thing about it is they have bad medical practice. They don't really help you with nothing. They just like look at you, do a couple things, and that's it. They expect you to go to your uh, primary doctor to get service. And it's like, dang, it should be something more, quicker to get the process done. I also believe that it's some kind of thing where I can't say this, but it's just an assumption of mine. Me not being in a medical field, but it's just an assumption of mine. The more people you got in, the more your place seems like it's operating good or something. I don't know, but that's old practice, man. We need something faster. We need a better system of a list of patients or whatever to be processed at a certain time. It should be broken down like this into the emergency. Those with inside internal problems have one section where they see doctors. Those who have physical problems, like they broke their arm or neck or whatever the hell, they have their own section for emergency. And then you have another area of emergency for old people, for whatever old people have a problem with. I don't care what it is because they have a lot of, wear and tear because over the decades. And then have a whole another section where you have people who might have young kids or something that's sick, have that section of emergency, and just like, break it down into sections. Not just have everybody grouped in, going, oh, I got a broken ankle, oh, my diabetes, or oh, this and that, and oh, in the mental health section. So, I mean, have all these different sections. And it would go a lot faster, I swear to God it would. And you had doctors, like, I don't know how many you would need. Let's say maybe at the most five or six doctors for each section to make the process go faster. Okay, and that's just what I'm saying. And that way it can move along faster. People aren't waiting all day, sit here looking for a doctor because you got doctors that's in emergency and stuff that's treating everybody. And that's not good. We need more doctors in different sections for different illnesses or injuries to get these things taken care of better. And that's just my opinion. Okay, my opinion. Ultimately, a person should, you know, be able to just walk in and just get things handled. But the problem is, once again, insurance. And I'll say Oregon might have a good thing with that because practically everyone has a Oregon health plan. Even if you get medical insurance from your job or something, to me that's like extra coverage, you know. So the point of my rant or idea is just to say the future of medical has to change, and so it should start in the damn emergency rooms, and then like I don't know, one-on-one personal care with doctors or the medical facility itself. It shouldn't be this thing where they come in, they so used to someone, they say this and that. And ultimately, I think doctors and therapists should be evaluated on like I want to say month to month, but maybe every 2 month basis, because some of them say the most outrageous stuff to their patients, ultimately making the patients hate going to the hospital. You know, that's the thing where I think a lot of a lot of them are working us. Some people get good treatment, some don't. If they see someone that's already got a lot of medical problems, they choose to want to push those people aside and go for ones that ain't that bad. And I believe this because I've seen a lot of old people and stuff, you know, pretty much die or get the less of care, even if they got a whole bunch of stuff, medical things that help them. Like I said, it's like, insurance and Medicaid and all this stuff to help them out, even though they got all that. Some doctors think it's a worthless cause because you're keeping a guy alive that's probably 80, 90 years old when you have somebody young that could easily be a worker or something, some form of physical labor. So that person is more valuable than the person that's already lived uh, multiple decades. And that's sad. And I know because I've seen it happen to people. So that's why they create things like hospice and stuff for, seniors. And that's the information. This is, what was that? There was some kind of show I was watching, and the guy was saying, "You're old. You lived up your use already. You should kill yourself so you wouldn't be a burden." What was that? The Man That Fell to Earth. It's a Showtime show, and about a black dude from outer space. And he met the woman, and she's a physicist. And anyway, her dad was old as hell, and he was telling him, "You lived up your usefulness. You should die already." And he was thinking the same thing or whatever. But this is where I see the medical board doing. They pretty much, rob a person of their money before they die. And then so when they die, their family's sitting there going off about how to pay medical bills and stuff like that. It's all about that, I'm telling you. And then once they're gone, these people barely got enough money to bury this person or get a good funeral or anything like that to spread the inheritance around. It's because they milked them the whole time with the medical stuff. So that's a fraud. It's a sham. So here's what I'm saying about future uh, medical advances. There's this rich dude who's walking on trying to make himself immortal, trying to make his body young, and he got different parts of his body that's different ages. He says, and I seen it on the news just recently, and I saw this and I was like, whoa, this guy's doing all this stuff to prolong life, to have immortality, which we all have an expiration date. But then you have to think about it too. The first humans could live to 900 or 1,000 years. And when I say the first humans, because most people think it's just one human race going on, the first humans being Adam's whole family bloodline, everybody before the flood. Let's put it that way. The Great Flood that everyone talks about in every culture. Over 200 from where I'm standing, when I come to my research. There might be more. But if this is the case, then that means we de-evolved, not evolved. Like people always going on about, oh, we're going to evolve and this and that, and human races evolve. Maybe we de-evolved. The only thing is we found a way to make tools that are far more advanced to the ancient people. And in some cases, we might not have, because there's lots of things from the old ways, from way back then, Egypt and all these other cultures, the Mayans, so forth, that created stuff that they can't figure out what the hell they did. So, with that being said, it's just one simple answer. Okay, to keep mankind moving steadily forward, we have to find a way to make technological advances that not just tools for us, but can help guide mankind steadily forward. And when I say this, I mean like in the medical field, there should be things to keep life prolonged. They talk about nanobots. Well, make nanobots in your body that can prolong health. They see cancer cells, they destroy it. They see problems to the heart, they repair it. They see damage to the lungs, they fix it and give oxygen. It's time to make medical scientific advances like that, or technological scientific advances that can actually increase human life instead of milk it for money. And this is what the future should go to with technology. Fixing what's broken, making that stuff lost and done with, and bringing on a new sense of strength and health and youth in some cases. Okay? And I believe the only reason why none of this is happening or occurring is because, once again, the rich people need to make money. It's the ultimate goal of the medical board is to milk you of money. Okay? And I'm sorry, yes. This is how health is going. Think about it. There's so many people who got mental illnesses that go to a medical place and they're like, oh, I'm mentally ill. And they go in there. And it ain't like the damn movies where they sit there. At least it ain't around here, from my opinion. Maybe it is for certain people, you know, certain races. I'll say it this way. But because some people don't like therapy, And so you go there and they talk to you. They want to act like they talk to you about your problems, but all they're doing is prescribing you some medication to hide the symptom, to hide the problem, to suppress that issue. Yeah, you might have some drama from childhood or whatever. We all do. The thing about it is, and this is the thing that I need people to understand, you can forget that crap. You can't leave it all in the past and move on. You got to think about how old you are now. And does that really matter to your life? Especially when you meet new people and they don't know who the hell you are or what's going on. Does that child's life even matter to your adult one? Did everything that happened in the childhood really still part of your character today? Hell no. Especially with me. There's stuff like what I did when I was a kid that didn't make any damn sense. Like I used to, well, yeah, I used to build forts all the time. I used to build tree houses. I built this one fort up against the wall, did all this stuff. Am I building forts right now? No. Okay. This is stupid crap. You know, we just do this stupid thing with walnuts and 'cause back in the day, because now in Portland, there's no fruit and vegetable, or what do you call it, fruit trees. I don't know if you count a nut as a fruit tree. But anyway, there was tons of them. Now there's none of them because they were saying, the city were saying they didn't want to clean up the waste from behind fruits and vegetables that aren't being picked up. Funny how back then they weren't thinking about the future where we are now, where there's a shitload of homeless people and no way to feed them if they're hungry. So it kind of doesn't make sense. But my point is, these things, I used to make freaking, we used to have a walnut war, and throw them at each other from, one of my friends be on the roof and they make a fort, and everybody on the ground, which was my crew, would throw stuff back up. And, it was just like, we call it grenade. And that sounds stupid, but I don't do that shit now. Okay. The whole story don't make any sense. But anyway, this is my point being, because I was way off topic again. Sorry for being off topic, talking about something that makes no sense. But my point is, you can get over these traumas of your past. These things you used to do that don't matter. These people who hurt you, who either long past are living a life of hell right now. They're living that life of hell because karma is a hell of a thing. Hell of a thing. And it comes back to bite people in the ass. But my point being, the medical board, when it comes to mental health, is just a whole market to get their drugs out there. A way to get you hooked on something. They try to get you hooked on drugs in school, telling you got ADD. I mean, I remember back when I was a kid, people was taking Prozac, and you'd be like, "What the hell is Prozac?" And then someone's on it. I believe one of my friends was on Prozac so bad he didn't know what the hell was going on, and then one that they ended up giving Prozac to a while later because he was always cool. And then as soon as that Prozac entered his system, his whole personality was all off. He'd be there for a while, and then next thing you know, he's gone, and it's like, what the hell? So now it's ADD medication, Adderall, and all this crap. And I think you need to stop poisoning your damn kids. Tell these people to leave them alone and just figure your child out for yourself. There's got to be a way to eliminate these type of things that are out there. There's no true diagnosis for a personality change. I mean, you never know if someone is or not. There can be someone sitting there being the most sweetest, nicest person in the world. And at night, they're super villains and they're running around climbing clock towers and jumping into freaking, banks and robbing jewelry stores until a superhero comes and seeing how there's no heroes. They're getting away with murder. No, I mean, shit, every damn business is closing because someone's being a damn burglar at night. So, the point being, you never truly understand what's on in other individual's mind. So try to make another individual mind come to peace and ease. Make them happy and joyful so where they don't think these outrageous thoughts. We won't have too many crazy people out there. But do it in a way that keeps them wanting more of that joy that you bring them. And then we can eliminate the mental health facilities. Okay? I really think they need to be eliminated, and I think these drugs are the reason why people are crazy. I mean, it's the obvious way you can tell is look outside your door, wherever you are, where there's a shitload of homeless people. And they talk about here that, oh, they're on drugs, and there's more mental health people out there than drug addicts. Bullshit. There's everyone out there that's on drugs is mentally ill. They're thinking of outrageous thoughts. They're doing outrageous things, but they weren't doing that shit until they did the drugs. So it makes you think, okay, if they weren't doing that before the drugs, then the drugs are actually changing their mental uh, capacity, mental way of thinking. I can say this, but like I said, we want to get rid of the bad stuff and make stuff easier with the medical facility. Like I said, there's a lot of good people that actually try to work in these facilities. Oh, and another thing, there's a stupid rule for guys that don't know. Okay, when it comes to hospital, there's a hotties in there. The nurses, okay. If you see a nurse and she works in the hospital, you can't date her, man. That's messed up, man. You can't. I was in the hospital. I seen this girl that I was messing with over the summertime. I didn't know she lied to me, okay? Because when I saw her walk by, she shot her. I was like, oh shit, right? And she acted like she didn't even know me. Why? She's got to do this because part of her job is confidentiality, or how you say that, patient confidentiality. So that's bad, man. So all these girls, going nursing is bad. They need to tell you what hospital they're gonna work at, so you can change hospitals, so you can get some nookie. And that's the honest to God truth. So they ain't told y'all that. No one knows that. I just told all of y'all that. Okay. Let the girl tell you what hospital she works at, so you can get some nookie. And yeah, we gotta eliminate that process. It should be a free for all. Just because they work somewhere, they shouldn't have a problem being able to date them. And yes, now that I said that, now that I said that, okay, the main thing is this is not a complex thing. Medical facilities should be able to do what they claim to do. Everything else is a marketing thing where they're trying to get our money and stuff. Hospitals should be the number one place that they should be able to be 100% accurate and all this, but it's an experiment with us. Experiment to see what will work better, what can get you healthier the best. Oh, we got a new thing. Oh, we got a new this. So pretty much you're a car being worked on every time, or some kind of new uh, guinea pig for a new project. The thing about it is all these things is ridiculous, and this is why I bet a lot of guys, like myself, don't like going to the doctor a lot because it's like alien autopsy. Okay, they're trying to see what's going on, and they're trying to just make you seem like they're doing something good, or make you seem like you're uh, being taken care of why they're doing something good, and that's not what's going on. It's honestly a whole thing of where they're um, experimenting on a lot of cases with these drugs and medical procedures and everything. If you don't believe me, watch the show House. That dude experiments on people so much they die or some crap, and then the stories are so dramatic it even messes you up. And you get to see Stephen Urkel, you know, in the episode in prison. Urkel in prison. Seriously. It's in House. I think it was season 4 or something. But anyway, I can't stop thinking about how stupid this is. But it really bothers me. And the reason why I say how stupid it is because I'm stupid when it comes to this medical thing. And it's weird because my mother was an anesthesiologist, but I can't stand hospitals. Even if she was alive, she'll tell you the story where I used to run and I got the doctors chasing me and crap. And I was 6. They tried to give me braces. I broke them and I ran out the room. It was about 3. I ran out away from the doctor. Got on the elevator. I came up to another way. Good times. But anyway, doctors suck. Okay, and the only person that could do magical things with healing people was Christ. And that's one of the coolest things about Jesus, man, is he can heal you. You know, as a man on earth could actually walk around right now and do the same thing he did. Heal thousands and millions or however many it was. Blind man, women are dying of some illness. And she didn't even get physically attention from him. She grabbed his cloth and was able to be healed. that's saying something. I mean, his power is so strong, even his clothes got powers. You know, it's like wow. Only superhero I know to do that is Superman. He gets this like protective shield just from his forest clothes. Man, so, I don't know. But one point is just that's what makes the story of Christ or the history, the legacy of Christ real and amazing. That's the power of a God that can heal any illness on earth. And then there was they tried to make this 4400 show three times really. The first one was actually pretty good, even though it got canceled and picked up again in other places. And the second one was all black people. And there was another one called Crossing, which was really a copy of the 4400. But the original one, there was this kid who ended up being able to heal and had the powers of Christ. And the thing about it was he had to pretty much heal one person a day because every time he healed someone, he got hurt. That's how they made it into a movie or show, series, whatever. It's basically a whole religious series, you know, based off of Revelations. But the thing about it is Jesus was able to heal people without being hurt and continue to heal and heal. But this guy was able to heal once a day. Now, or once a week or something like that. One person a day, I think. Can't remember exactly now. I just confused myself, but I think it was once a day. And you got 365 days in a year. There's 365 people getting healed every day. That's still a small number compared to all the people in the world. And that's a little bit of bringing fiction into what I'm talking about, but there's got to be something to that. There has to be a way we can tap into that ability to heal ourselves because we all actually do heal ourselves. There's actual limbs that do grow back. Your rib grows back. If you break it, it grows back. There's certain things that, the skin grows back after we lose it. All kinds of things. Toenails. And I was mad at one of my girlfriends one time. I kicked this dresser and my toenail came off. And I was like, ah! And she's like, it's not going to grow back. And that sucker grew back. But that has nothing to do with what I'm talking about. But I'm just saying we can heal. So it has to be something we can tap into. If the power of Christ is something that where power he can heal can actually be obtained by a human, spiritually there has to be a way to obtain that ability yourself without doing the whole, speaking tongues and all this stuff and heal and all that. None of that. But seriously obtaining the spiritual essence of Christ and his healing ability without going wacky and making it look comedic and Steve Martin's dancing around and people are limping and stuff. It's just serious belief. So here's what I'm saying. We have to bring you have to bring spiritual belief into the medical facilities because spiritual belief gives people hope when they lost theirs. And the thing about it is it also will motivate people to want to live, want to be better. And the only way you can start by bringing a spiritual belief into the medical place is to start learning about your spiritual belief, whatever it is, and understand all you can about what the spirit world does to heal people. And I say spirit world because we all got different faiths and beliefs. So it's something that the medical board should seriously look into. And it might be beneficial for us all. But with that being said, this has been Moral High Ground. Like always, this show's on Google Podcasts, Pocket Cast, Radio Public, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, and many other places. At the same time, I want you guys to subscribe wherever you see this thing and share it, please. Let people hear my insane psychobabbles. And, always always take care of yourselves. Peace be with you and blessings upon you always. Farewell.